College Republicans reacting angrily to a Stanford club called the Campus Anti-Fascist Network. And the professor who founded it says the name of the group evokes the name Antifa, which is behind several violent attacks in the United States.
So what do they want to happen? They told Fox News, quote, Professor David Palumbo Liu should either disavow the organization he founded due to its apparent ties to domestic terrorist activity or resign. Anna Mitchell is a student at Stanford and a campusreform.org correspondent, and she joins us now with her reaction. Thank you very much for being here this morning, Anna. So this professor, Palumbo Liu, was named Stanford's most radical professor in the Stanford Review, founds a group called the Anti-Fascist Network. He says, though, this isn't Antifa, this is just anti-fascist. What do you say to that?
Well, I think if any professor tried to start a campus alternative right network and claimed that it was not affiliated with the alt-right, that he would be laughed out of his seat.
So it's a fair comparison. So you're saying he's just playing word games so that he can disassociate himself with an organization that has been associated with violence.
Absolutely. And I think his actions have proved over and over again that he doesn't really stand up for free speech on college campuses.
What do you say to people who might say to you, look, you're just not practicing what you preach. You want to ban them from existing. And we know that conservative groups are always upset about, you know, conservative speakers being banned or even conservative groups being banned. How would you respond to that?
Absolutely. I think this is a really subtle point. We absolutely never want the university to fire a professor for his political views. That would be a huge violation of his freedom of speech. But we do think that professors, as representatives of universities which should stand for the peaceful exchange of ideas, should have the discretion not to become ringleaders in a group known as a domestic terrorist organization.
Sure. So it's a fair point. The professor shot back in an op-ed in the Stanford Review, writing this. He said, "We purposefully did not name ourselves Campus Antifa Network because we understand the distinction between those two words. We named ourselves the Campus Anti-Fascist Network to claim an alliance with the anti-fascists who fought Hitler and other fascist ideas." So he's trying to thread the needle and say, we're in for resisting Trump, who we compare to Hitler. Effectively, that's what he's saying. But we don't want to carry clubs out. And is that a differentiate and beat people? Does that differentiation work for you?
Not quite. In his blog post, he said that he supports self-defense against fascists, but not quite outright violence. But the problem is that the definitions of self-defense and fascism that have been provided by these groups are so broad that they could really be used to construe any conservative presence on campus. For example, anti-fascists stockpiled firearms at a Ben Shapiro talk at the University of Utah, claiming that he represented fascism. I also believe that if the professor truly wanted to peacefully resist things like doxing online, he would create an organization called the Campus Anti-Doxing Network or something to that effect, not the Campus Antifa Network, which to most reasonable people connotes, or sorry, Campus Anti-Fascist Network, which to most reasonable people is going to connote Antifa.
Yeah.
Right. And to be clear, DHS has said that the activity of Antifa is considered domestic terrorism. So it's worth noting, and it does send a message to conservative groups. Anna, thank you for bringing this to our attention. Right. And, you know, there's all kinds of stuff happening on campus that people like you are bringing to our attention. So
thanks for being aggressive and forward-looking.
Yeah.
We appreciate it. Anna, thanks. Appreciate it. Good luck.
Thank you so much for having me.
You got it.